Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of Let's Play Rad Raygun. As always, I'm your host Josh, or if that's matter, whichever one you prefer. And this will be the final episode of this Let's Play. Yeah, this is a short game with a short Let's Play for said short game, naturally. Almost made it. As always, this Let's Play will be followed by a video review of the game. Alright, we can get up there, can't we? This Let's Play will be followed by a video review of the game, and then I will get to it for another Let's Play later on down the line. I believe my next Let's Play is going to be on the game Metal Slug, the first one. We've already done Metal Slug X, which is Metal Slug 3, altered version of it, and we've done Metal Slug 2. And as with my previous Metal Slug Let's Plays, this one will once again be with my good friend Dalton, who has done several other Let's Plays on this channel with me as well. He did Diablo 2 with me, which was a lot of fun, and we really need to get around to doing Diablo 3. That'll be fun. He did, what else did he do with me? I'm drawing a blank. He did Resident Evil 4. Okay, now you're going to get a Tetris reference here, where you have to stack these blocks, and evidently you can turn them. Depending upon where Rad Raygun is standing, that's where the block will go, and it'll show you a thing on screen, but you only have a few seconds to get into proper position, and there's got to be a way to get down below, and I'm not entirely sure what it is, so I didn't get these items as I recall. If I recall correctly, I didn't get these items, I just stacked things. But yeah, this is kind of a cool throwback to Tetris, where you're controlling the pieces, and I think you can rotate them, and I just didn't because I played this game wrong, I guess. But this is actually kind of a cool little deal here. It throws a little bit of variety into a game that I won't call it repetitive just because it's so short, but the gameplay really doesn't change much from level to level, apart from the various upgrades that you get, but it doesn't feel repetitive, and it doesn't feel like it wears out its welcome at all. In fact, I would understand it if someone were to say that Rad Raygun is too short. I would get that, but a lot of games were kind of short back then. It was fairly commonplace, actually. Games were tough, and the replay value came from learning the game and trying to beat them, and believe me, that wasn't easy. Here I am trying to figure out how to get down there because I wanted the items, but I never figured it out. Oh well, doesn't really matter. We beat this game in this episode anyway. But yeah, my next Let's Play will probably be a co-op Let's Play of Metal Slug, which will be a short Let's Play once again because just like the other two Metal Slug games, this one's also pretty short. And here we're getting to the CCCP signs, or the USSR as we know it here in the States. And all you need to do here is build a stack of blocks to climb up and get to the next area. It's really as simple as that. There's nothing else to it. Just build a stack of blocks to get you to the next area. You're not trying to do any kind of Tetris normal thing where you create lines and clear them out or anything like that. You're just trying to get up so you can get to the next portion of the game. See, there it is up there. That's where you need to get. And that should be enough, I think, with the jetpack. I don't remember if I stacked it further or not, but the blocks will keep falling. There we go. But yeah, this is the last level of the game with the last boss at the end of it, of course. And considering you're in Russia, it was kind of nice to have the little Throwback to Tetris there, since, you know, that was created by a Russian, actually, originally. Tetris, I mean, is there a more perfect puzzle game type thing than Tetris? It doesn't matter how many times you play it, it's simple, easy to pick up, and fun, but challenging to master, especially once it starts getting up there faster and faster, and I've never been the best at it. I'd have to practice a lot more to get better at it, and notice different patterns and things like that, how things will stack to work out the best for playing through the game. And I'm again, post-commentating. I'm post-commentating this entire thing. The Let's Play with Dalton obviously won't be post-commentated because we're going to be recording the gameplay footage, and I'd have to leave him out of the process in order to post-commentate it. I don't want to do that. I want him to be part of the commentary for the videos. So I picked up Transhuman by Believer. I went to what's it called? Movie Trading Company. They used to, at Movie Trading Company, in their CD section, of course you have hockey players because Russia is very big on hockey, and they were back then too. The USSR team was actually pretty damned good back in the 80s and 70s as well. And of course we had the 1980 hockey team, the U.S. hockey team that managed to beat them. And I know they had a game after that was the actual gold medal game, but that might as well have been the gold medal game when they beat the USSR and Vladislav Tretiak, one of the best goaltenders to ever strap on skates. But yeah, I picked up. They used to have a metal section in their collection of CDs, and I always liked that because it makes it like, I'm a metalhead. I'm sure you guys know that. It makes it easy to just go straight there and look through and see what they have. But they don't have that anymore. They just threw all the various heavy metal albums that they have in with all the hard rock stuff and classic rock that they have. That's kind of frustrating because now I have to look through a much, much larger section of CDs to find the heavy metal in it. But I did that today, and I looked through there and I found the latest album by Believer. And you guys might recognize that name. Either you know the band, which they're kind of obscure, or you had seen my video review, because one of my video reviews back when I was shooting on a VHS-C camera, actually, was on Believer's second album, Sanity Obscure. And that's a darn good technical thrash metal album. I enjoy it quite a bit. And I said as much in my video review, and I go down here and I get hurt. Oops. But finding their albums just in the wild, so to speak, like you go to a record store and find a used copy of them or whatever, is easier said than done. It is not common to run across them. So I ran across their newest album, 2011 album, Transhuman, which I haven't heard anything of their newer stuff, and I've heard that they changed styles, and that a lot of fans weren't very happy with them changing styles. But I haven't heard it for myself, but I saw the Believer album and I was like, okay, I definitely have to get that, because I love the older stuff at least, and there's a chance I could love it, there's a chance I couldn't. But I'm always looking for good, obscure metal to put into my collection, and that's exactly what this is. So I'm pretty excited to have that. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it yet because I've been busy doing other things like editing and recording this particular video and packing up an album to ship out tomorrow. Because I believe I've mentioned before that I sell records on eBay, and we won a lot of Black Sabbath and Ozzy albums, and at least half of those albums were not in good shape at all. But all of them sold, and all of them sold quickly, man. And every single one of them sold for a bare minimum of $10. So we made a nice profit on every single one of them, which is awesome. I was really happy that all of it sold. But the last one sold today, and that was the Eternal Idol, which is one of the Tony Martin era albums, which Tony Martin was their last singer in their original run before they got back together with Ozzy and made the album 13. And some of that stuff is actually pretty darn good. Eternal Idol is one of the better ones, so I don't think it's the best. I think the best from that era is the Headless Cross. But I was glad to get to hear the Eternal Idol. At last I found you, Medved. Yes, Rad, before you can face me, can you face yourself? Well? Okay, I thought we would have a Dark Shadow version of you by now. Save it for the sequel. I'm kicking your butt now. Okay, this is the final boss. This is, Medved. And he's like this nuclear rocket-powered bear thing. He's actually pretty cool. But he'll transform into this. And then you have to run from him. And turn around and fire. And he's actually not that difficult to beat. And there you go. And so the Soviet Union ended and nuclear war was averted. The 1980s were saved. We saved the 1980s, guys. And nothing bad at all happened for the next 30 years. I mean, you say that. Not. Of course, it's the 80s. You have to get in a not joke somewhere, right? This tie is black. Not. Okay. That is the Virtual Boy, in case you don't recognize it. That was, I believe that was the last thing that Gunpei Yokoi created. Rad Raygun. Interesting. That was the last thing that Gunpei Yokoi created before he left Nintendo, if I recall correctly. And if you know anything about that particular console, it was a massive freaking failure. For a lot of reasons. It was supposed to be a portable system, but it really wasn't, because you had to set the system down on something. And you really couldn't move around because you had this thing over your eyes. So you couldn't really, like, play it in public or anything like that, or take it with you. You had to have it, like, sitting on your table while you were playing it. So there's one flaw. Another flaw was that a lot of the games on it, I mean, it wasn't powerful enough to do the kind of 3D gaming that you would need it to do for the 3D to work properly, like a first-person shooter or something. And a number of the games on it were like side scrollers, and that's just a waste if you're going to be doing 3D, you know? Like, what is even the point? Furthermore, playing it for more than 15 minutes or so had a tendency to give you the world's biggest headache. And I know this because I have played it myself and experienced how big of a pain in the ass it is. And that system is notorious for a damn good reason. Didn't have very many games. They didn't get them out very quickly. It was expensive. It was just one giant mess. It's the biggest mistake that Nintendo has ever made. And I hate to say that, because Gunpei Yokoi does deserve a lot of credit. And he went on to create something else good, like the Wonder Swan Color and the Wonder Swan in Japan were highly regarded handhelds there. It was, think of the Neo Geo Pocket Color. The Wonder Swan was similar in look and feel to that. Or at least the Wonder Swan Color was. The Wonder Swan was the black and white version of it. It looked like a 16-bit style game. Graphics similar to maybe not quite as sharp as, but similar to the original Nintendo. Not the original Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, rather. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would be greatly appreciated. We'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks everybody, and goodbye.